this. UEF 0, then Cybern probably.
Sure, Aeon is in 5th place.
5th place. We'll put Nomads ahead of it.
Oh yeah, Nomads. The reasoning is... Alright, let's look at the reclaim first. Decent spread of reclaim. Nice, decent spread of trees as well. The issue is... I mean... all the contested maxes are in the corners. So, you spawn with like 10 maxes, both players spawn with 10 safe maxes, and then there's like 30 contested maxes on the map. So you just make, even more so than the last map, you just make 300 mantis here. And 300 mantis on a map like this are better than 300 of any other Tech 1 unit.
Yep.
So that's why you just pick Siren, because you want to rush them as fast to every corner of the map as possible.
And to note, this one would have been Slow's pick.
Okay, the other one was Pepsi's pick.
Yeah. Slow with a fast lab. Same with Pepsi.
Both going first lab. The only difference is Pepsi's following it up with a scout. I really hope there's not some lab RNG that's happening. Because sometimes labs, they just can't hit each other. I've had so many times when I'm microing my lab left and right, and I'm taking like 50% of the damage, but my microed lab does 0 damage to the unmicroed lab because it's walking in an angle that it just can't hit. And that's so annoying. The last time that happened to me was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I microed the lab, and then it died to the unmicroed lab because my lab couldn't hit him, and then the one that hit the unmicroed lab was like skill issue or something. At least he said it in some way like that made me feel like he was serious and not joking. If I know it as a joke, then sure, but it sounded so serious and that triggered me so much. But yes, double lap.
Both players' labs are going for the large reclaim rocks. Expecting that to be where the energies are. You really need them. I mean, you've got all the 10 mash rocks close by at the start.
I wouldn't say you would rush them that fast. Well, the issue is most of the expanding maxes are where the 3 groups are.
Yeah.
But still, you would send like your 5th engineer to those rocks in that max or something.
First bomber.
I don't think a fast lab is that strong on this map.
Pepsi, you got bomber out, slow. Just finishing off his airfact, but going for a first transport.
Okay.
Lab on lab action on the right.
Both unmicroed. Most
slow gonna let it live.
Like this.
Knowing okay. It's there though.
Yeah, that's true. So transport out from slow. I'm not sure how much of the correct move this is because this entire map is about scaling build power and scaling unit spam, right? But by rushing the transport, he delays his expanding maxes.
It's yet to leave his base.
That's a bit of a misclick. Of a lack of a click, more like. Okay, thank God.
Second bomber for Pepsi. He's choosing to go hard on the air.
Like, Slow is not taking the maxes outside his main base. He's on 4 maxes. And that's insanely bad. Yeah, the map kinda plays in a similar way to Vulcan. Which is bloodiest and clumsy map, which I also think is very bad for that reason. You just make Tech 1 unit spam, and then you win or lose with it. There's no interesting strategies that you do to play the map.
Pepsi has ground fired the 2 big rocks on Slow's side.
No. Oh yeah, I see them being gone. The BM.
And he's going for the P-gens, and the Inti's not even near the base.
Slow can repair this second. I think the bomber kills 3 P-gens if Slow doesn't repair it. Yep. Although Slow is so stunning so badly, it doesn't really matter. The bomber from Pepsi killed one of the dropped engineers, and the other bomber finds the engineer.
Yeah, it's seeing the transport go past, so he knows there's something up there.
I think Slow is making this many labs because he wants to make a ghetto, ? Because he's Siren, why would you make hunters otherwise?
Unless you're just trying to spread out fast to deny a mix, but there's no drop. If Pepsi's gone
No,
bombers
but you can
only.
do that with Mantis. Mantis are just so much better for that.
True.
Like another faction, sure, it makes sense, but the thing is, Siren Labs have such a bad identity where, sure, they do everything Mantis can, but just slightly faster, but not to the point where they have 1/3 the HP and have less DPS as well.
So Pepsi has his transport out now. He's stalling 14 master tick. Slow's not stalling. He's on plus a couple, near enough.
Pepsi's stalling though because he's about to have 7 factories in his main base. While Slow is on 5. Also, yeah, Pepsi is not reclaiming enough. There's quite a lot of natural reclaim. Not even the big rocks, also the trees around his base.
Yeah.
So far, the start went poorly for Slow though, mainly because his transport rush did nothing. At the very least, he didn't lose his transport.
Slow has just seen though, via his scout, that there is a transport going to the bottom right. Whether he takes action or not, he's got a group of labs there, so he can deny that drop. He's reloaded up his own transport. Where's he gonna drop?
Pepsi's Mantis are just a tiny bit out of position.
Yeah,
so
they chased a
Slow
couple of
instantly reacts. He gets reclaimed. Okay, he defends it. Pepsi, that is. He's fine with those Mantis.
Badly Slow's. Is he using? No, he's spreading out the ones in the corner instead of trying to deny the NGs.
Actually, Slow is moving to the middle with his ACU, while Pepsi is moving to one of the corners.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big difference, I'd say. I really dislike the fact that Pepsi made a PD on the bottom right.
Stalling 22 mass though.
Like, what's the PD gonna do? It's gonna protect your engineers against the lab, but if you make a factory, then the lab is irrelevant regardless, because you have the factory, so you can just rebuild the engineers.
And you have 10 Mantis already there.
There's literally no reason for that PD to be there. Because the factory does the same thing, but you also get the factory. And he has 5 billion Mantis around him, so yeah, that makes it even have less sense. Okay, Pepsi is too afraid to go to the top left. And he has no intel, so I don't blame him. They're both sending everything to the same side, but Pepsi moved his ASU to the other side.
Pepsi's still stalling though. 28 mass a tick. Slow isn't. Slow's figured out his economy and is slow building.
I don't understand, but for some reason, the Slow never stalls mass. Never. And I mean, it's just something that he's so good at. I mean, sometimes he's too good at it by not spending his mass, but it's probably because the normal players try to min-max it, so you only are floating a tiny bit, but Slow doesn't give a fuck. So that's why he doesn't really stall. Pepsi, though, is on 11 factories, while Slow is on 8.
Oh, he's stalling 35 mass a tick now, Pepsi.
How?
He's hard assisting a T1 air fact to make bombers and inties. He's making P-gens. He's in the bottom right. He's just.
I see. He just has so much engineers, but he just needs to reclaim with them.
Yeah, he's reclaiming a land factory. That's putting him on -12. A nice Mantis drop in the bottom right to deny a few mexes.
That's a nice drop. I think it's a big blunder that there were no units there from Pepsi. Also, Pepsi's ACU move turns out to be not good at all. He's gonna do a counter raid, but I guess there's barely now a factory gonna be up for Slow.
Yeah.
But he will be able to...
going to him. An air fight coming in down south. Slow's going in for it.
Yeah, and Slow hasn't been stalling, so he actually has more air.
Pepsi's stalling 360E now.
I heard you say 3 onions.
Oh, sorry. 360E.
He's stalling 3 onions.
This is how we're measuring mass now, people. He rushed a T1 MAA in his core base with 12 Tech 1 NGs. And he's raiding the top left, but the factory's already up.
No, it's fine. He has enough units to kill the factory. The engineers from Slow made a mistake. They made the second factory before he needed a PD before the second factory.
Yeah.
So the entire top left will be getting overwhelmed and completely killed off. But the same thing, well, not the same thing to the bottom right, because they are still the factory plus PD combination. But there are more transport drops from Slow. That's are gonna kill more mexes. But yeah, they're raiding each other very badly, and this is why I was saying why you pick Cybern. You just make so much Tech 1 spam and send it everywhere, and mantis are fast, so pretty good. Pepsi is stalling, only 20 now. Slow's map vision looks a lot more healthy though, simply because he has some sort of... Even though Slow lost the top left, his map vision looks not that bad, because he has the mid-maxes.
Pepsi's stalling still minus 37.
I mean, he needs to reclaim. Pepsi is on 3k reclaim. Slow is on 2k only. Slow also needs to reclaim.
16 T1 NGs assisting his air factories.
Oh my god. This ACU positioning from Pepsi, man.
Has Slow seen it? No, he hasn't.
He saw it earlier with the bomber, because the ACU built AA. It's not that Slow can kill him there. He should never be able to, especially not with that cliff. Like, even if Slow sends all his mantis there to cut him off. Slow is going for the main base, but it shouldn't work. I don't think why he thinks this can work. Slow has no intel. Okay, he's gonna turn around, thank god, that was never gonna be a good move.
Pepsi starting gun with 6 engineers to assist, 5 even. Slow walking
he
the wall
doesn't
away.
have to mass, just attack move those engineers to get the trees. That's...
Minus 31 mass.
Oh my god.
He's not even building any T2 mexes. He's literally just about minus 52, 60 doing upgrading the gun with NGs. Oh no, Pepsi.
Slow made 9 bombers.
Yeah, but he won air.
So he actually has less air now. But the bombs cleaned up everything.
I'm not surprised. There's 16 NGs assisting an air fac for Pepsi. Slow's regained the top left corner. He's got a factory queued up in the hydro. He's got Mantis coming around.
Bottom right is still in shambles as well though.
That's fine, there's a group of bombers there to deal with that. Actually, these bombers are going to catch a Mantis army that's coming towards Slow. But gun has now been completed for Pepsi.
Yeah, but it's still 2 minutes away from being at a useful position.
But he can't afford an e-storage.
Oh man. What is Slow doing? Just he went on patrol with his ACU. He made factories there, man.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Get the reclaim, get anti-air out.
Few mantis
possibly
at the bottom
an air
right.
fight coming.
Raiding again, damn. Air fight, Pepsi's happy with that. If we look at the inti count, 19 for Slow, actually 17 because 2 are training behind. Well, 22 for Pepsi. And Slows are almost out of fuel. And there's AA from Pepsi has 10 mobile AAs as well. What is that? Wow, this is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be... Pepsi went in with his army before his gun ACU was there. Slow doesn't know about the gun ACU yet. He's gonna see it in a bit. He's gonna hear it now. This one man is a hero and sees it. Now Slow should instantly know to retreat with his ACU. And split his units away. All the bombers will die for free, basically. Although there's a bit of AA, but...
Slow's moving his ACU towards the core base.
Slow's moving into Pepsi. He thinks he can get him, but he's completely wrong here. He throws all his air away as well. Wow. Okay, Maybe Slow's desperate. I mean, there's gonna be gesture spam by Pepsi, and that's gonna win him the game. Pepsi is, by the way, too scared. He is the one that should move into Slow, not the other way around. He's a gun issue.
He has rushed up an E storage while minus 30 mass
Why,
tick.
why is the gun issue running away from the non-gun issue?
Yeah, but Slow has the engines here to get all of the reclaim from the fight.
This doesn't make any sense. What am I watching?
Slow rushing up more P-gens in his core base.
Nice ace you there, Slow. I mean, this should have happened a minute ago, but better late than never. But Pepsi actually, because Slow, well, Pepsi has the same amount of units, plus you can just focus down the ACU.
Yeah, and they were closer.
No, it might be a draw. Slow is focusing Pepsi's ACU. Pepsi is like 50 mass away from a vet. Pepsi should
Focus
it's too late.
for Mantis. No, not quite.
It's
gonna
dude,
be a few HP
dude,
too
it's
many.
a draw.
No, it's gonna be a draw.
draw.
Wait, you slow no, yeah.
Wow, man. What the fuck is that? I didn't expect a draw to come out of that. Also, I want to say one thing.
As well.
They are Cybern. Why did neither build a Jester once they won here?
I don't know.
Like, if the 5 Jesters on Slow's ACU, he is dead. He can't counter that, man. It's like...
Yeah, but why did, like, Slow had no gun and still managing to pull a draw off?
Oh my god.
Pepsi's stalling 30 plus massa tick for the 90% of that game.
Are they supposed to play the same map again, or just another map gen?
Same map,
oh,
same
really?
factions, everything.
Why not a color map gen? It was a bad map. I don't want to watch it again.
The question is, how much different will the starts be now?
Probably quite a bit. Yeah, the start was way worse for Slow, but he was still kind of winning.
Pepsi had 64% of the votes, Slow 36%. Nobody bet on draw. Shame.
What a shame.
Right, well, we go for map 2, round 2. What's gonna change?
So far, there's been 2 games of Mantis spam. I'm curious if there will be a Tech 2 unit in this game.
No, we're gonna get ghettos.
Yeah, it was next to Convoc. That's why he was in danger to begin with. But at that point, I mean, it was an accident to Convoc into Pepsi's ACU, but he should have been in range anyway because Pepsi ran away from the non-gun ACU with his gun ACU. It's
Group formed.
Do we tell Pepsi about his vet rating being so close?
nah, I think he knew.
I think he knew.
Also, Thomas is right. Slow did actually do good dodging during that fight because it was very close. I had a lot of fun.
And here we go again.
Here we go again.
Will we see early labs?
Do we see a Tech 2 unit?
So Pepsi in the top right this time, Slow in the bottom left.
Ah, they swapped. It was supposed to be the exact same.
Oh, it's close enough. The main one is just factions and map.
Re. So I doubt. I mean, I hope that the early games are better. No first lap from either player. I think they both figured the map is too big for that.
Yeah, Slow's going 2 NGs then labs.
Especially if you are Cybern, because you just make a bit of a mantis a bit later, and just the chance to do as much damage or even more damage with that is so much better.
Take a minute to observe the build order from Slow. 2 NGs, 2 labs, 2 NGs, 2 labs, mole, NG, 2 labs. The man wants labs. One way or another.
I can't wait for this game to end with a Torp SU killing another SU in mid.
Oh no.
That would be quite something.
Actually, you know that's big enough. You can get Destros out of there. You can build Destros in there.
You
If
can.
whoever gets a nuke sub first, I think it has to auto win.
Nukes up! Just a battleship to control the mid nexus, man.
Cyber battleship though for that, not really ideal.
You can put 4 on each corner, 1 on each corner, and then you can get a nice range.
Omens or summits would be far more effective for unit clearance.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the range.
Oh no, I'm just meaning pure effectiveness.
I mean, Siren Battleship is just. I mean, it's not as good as Omens, but it's not bad. Same DPS as UE for 7. I mean, better DPS actually. Second best DPS Battleship, I think. Simply because it's a DPS per mass, simply because it's cheap. So yeah, a lot of labs for slow this time. A bit later though, which I like.
Second land fact for Pepsi instead of second air. It looks like he's going to go possibly for transport. Based off the order.
I mean, this is also one of the issues of this map. There's some transport RNG stuff at the start that can just go right or wrong. I'm surprised Slow sends no lab to any of the corners. If you just... I think the thing, if you go for a transport rush, and before that you just make 2 labs to send them to each corner, so you have your transport rush defended in the corners better. It can be kind of fine.
Yeah, I mean, Slow did rush 2 air scouts though, which have already scouted to tell Slow there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if he's gonna cancel his queue because he doesn't have a transport queue.
Slow stalling 9, Pepsi stalling 6, so both stalling mass despite there being plenty of rocks and trees around.
I don't understand. Slow is hesitant to take his maxes, although he's getting the reclaim this time. This is... I feel like Slow's opening here, his BO, shows a sign of him not playing a lot of map gens. Because this is not how you would play this at all. If this is your second attempt, like he just takes the maxes too late, he isn't reclaiming enough aside from that. Although so is Pepsi, but at least Pepsi took his maxes.
He has 5 idle engineers, Pepsi has 6 though, so both not particularly utilising them to their maximum.
No, that's a lie, my man. They're not idle.
1, 2... At least 5 are for Slow. Pepsi's...
Okay, they actually are
there
idle.
Was 3 or 4 idle.
But usually it's a display bug, where it shows engineers as idle, but they are actually performing tasks. First blood. Goodbye. And they did nothing. Nice effort for Pepsi. Slow, my man. He killed he killed a mantis with a lab. Although it was a 2 versus 1 by the looks of things.
Whoever said labs are not strong.
I did.
Jester being built for Pepsi. He's also scaling his E quite a lot. Slow's still on 3 factories though. I mean, Pepsi's got 5 land up.
I mean,
And
that's...
installing 16 mass tick. Slow 800
Oh,
mass in the bank.
I was very confused. I was like, is he scaling this? But I was looking at Slow. Because they swapped places, man. It confused me so much.
Slow's starting up production on more factories now. 2 more land going up, but he's still 2 land behind at the moment. So Pepsi abusing the mass to the maximum. Slow, not. Slow being slow.
Yeah, look at the scores. Dude, look at the scores. Pepsi starting 20 mass per second. Deja vu. Slow is fine. Why is he not
But
reclaiming?
Pepsi has the more factories already.
True, but they're irrelevant because of the mass stock.
And he's hard assisting jesters. He's hard assisting them.
Oh no, he's gonna try to go for a cheesy ACU snipe. They went to the same location with the ACU. Slow is also moving all his units in the direction of Pepsi.
Yeah.
Let's see
But
the
Slow
inti
does
counts.
have less air. Is there any AA out?
4 ints.
1
versus
mobile
5.
AA for Pepsi.
It's actually close. The Jester is scouted. It will be insta-killed. It won't do shit.
But he will lose air for it.
True, but still.
Transport being made. An AFK Jester in Pepsi's base. Slow can push this. He's factory blocking Pepsi.
I'm not I mean, he shouldn't have enough to kill this because he has a lot more units coming, but they're all going in 1 by 1. I think Slow is dead here, by the way, or it is another draw. Because there's a lot of reinforcements coming from Pepsi as well in one big block. They will cut off the reinforcements. Every time there's a fact block, it means Slow's ACU is not shooting. And Pepsi is already halfway to his vet, well, not even being on half HP.
Yep. Also, 1 Jester there, 2nd one about to come out, and
there's gonna be Jesters coming out now. I think either Pepsi will win this, or it's gonna be another draw. A few inties surviving. The Jester is not gonna be dying though. Okay, Pepsi's not gonna get a vet. Yeah, I think Slow is dead. He's not gonna get a draw out.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine if he had OC, man. That would be pretty useful. GG, bad start. Your start was better than the previous one.
But he didn't abuse any mass. He was 2 factories behind the majority of the start.
Like, neither dropped the size. It's just that he decided to go all in at minute 5 and then GG, bad starts. Why do you say that?
That brings us to 1-1.
By the way, Pepsi has 6 factories, while Slow had about 11.
Slow rushed more up at the end then. But by that time he had committed the ACU.
Like, there was no need to do this. It was... Well, I mean, Pepsi had the transport out and the Jesters, but aside from that...